The Economic Community of West African States, or ECOWAS, has ordered immediate activation of standby forces in Niger. Niger's junta responds by threatening to kill ousted president if neighboring countries intervene. Let's get right into it. My name is Joe Hatago from the Authentic African Channel, and today we have news from Niger. So on Thursday, August 10th, West African leaders met and ramped up rhetoric against Niger's coup leaders, ordering the activation and deployment of a regional standby force to restore constitutional order in the coup-hit country. Meeting in Abuja, Nigeria, after expiration of 1 week ultimatum that they gave to Niger's military junta, leaders from the Economic Community of West African States, or ECOWAS, called for the deployment to restore the constitutional order of the Republic of Niger. So this is according to a statement read by the president of the ECOWAS Commission. It is not immediately clear what the deployment and the activation of this force would actually entail. The statement also emphasized the determination to keep all options on the table for a peaceful resolution of this crisis. So it sounds to me like ECOWAS wants to do this peacefully. The question is Niger seeing it as being peaceful? So ECOWAS responded days later after enacting the sanctions and issuing an ultimatum to the ruling military junta: stand down within a week or face potential military intervention. That deadline came and went on Sunday, August 6th, without any change in the political situation. ECOWAS leaders have said that their preference is to find a diplomatic solution to the crisis and would send troops as a last resort. Now, in response, Niger's junta threatened to kill ousted President Bazoum. Now, representatives of the junta reportedly told the U.S. Undersecretary of State Victoria Nuland during her visit to the country this week that they would kill Bazoum if foreign intervention was attempted. Now, this is what a Western military official told the Associated Press, speaking on the condition of anonymity because of the sensitivity of this information. The U.S. official confirmed this account, also speaking on condition of anonymity because the official was not authorized to speak to the media. That's what the Associated Press reported. Now, there's two ways to look at this. There's one that the U.S. is actually stirring up some controversy so that they can get support to remove the military leader by using military force, as the United States likes to do, or in fact, the junta and military rule in Niger did in fact say this. It's hard to know because nobody has confirmed it on the junta side in Niger. You know, this has really begun to start to stir up some tensions and a little bit of fear amongst other countries in West Africa, because who really has the forces and the support to go in and to fight this when many of the West African countries actually agree in terms of their constituencies with independence from the West and new rulership and leadership. And so there are many people like Dr. Umar and others who have made statements specifically about the fact that they support coups if that means that African countries are becoming independent from the West. So, you know, it depends on the United States' stance. Sometimes they support coups, which they've done all throughout history in Africa when the person in power believes in socialism or African independence. They don't support coups when the person in power is in bed with them. And so this is the reason why there are many different viewpoints on this coup, and a lot of support actually from other West African leaders and the constituencies of the West African countries actually seeing these coups happen. So the potential implications of this response, right, this threat to potentially kill the ousted president, there's some increased tensions, right? The threat is going to increase tensions between Niger's junta and neighboring countries, Nigeria namely being one of them, since Tinubu is the one who's overseeing ECOWAS. He's the president of Nigeria, and he himself is the one who led the process of wanting to send troops, that standby military group. There is a risk of violence, right? There's a threat to violence to the former president, and of course, the threat to violence of military intervention as well. Of course, there's international condemnation, right? The threat has been condemned by the international community. That's the West. That's others in the East. Anywhere else, people have mostly condemned the thought process of potentially killing a former president after a military coup. And then, of course, diplomatic challenges, right? You know, of course, that threat is also going to create diplomatic challenges for the folks in Niger in their diplomatic ranks, right? If any of them want to leave the country and go to other places, they're going to be restricted in some of that potential movement because this has been condemned by the international community. So guys, what do you guys think of this story? Was this interesting? If you found it interesting, hit that thumbs up. If you had any questions, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the African Diaspora News channel. And if you want to see more from me, you can check me out at Authentic African on YouTube. And you can also follow me on Instagram at authentic_African. With that, guys, thanks for watching. See you all on the next video.